you are, I know, a very good reflexologist, but would you also consider yourself a healer?
Yeah, I mean, I've trained in different healing modalities, so yes, I work as a healer as well.
And did you know, as a child, I suppose you were growing up in Germany with a great tradition of folklore medicine. Is that when you suddenly became aware of your gifts?
Yeah, there was always an interest. As a child, I was quite psychic, so I would see a lot. I was told that's all just hallucinations. So I did forget about them for a little while, and then when I started to train as healer, then things came back again, and then I would see them exactly like I would see entities hanging out with my dad. And then I went back to Germany. He had moved the house 3 times since, and I saw them hanging out 3 entities with him again. I was like, oh, I remember you from when I was a child. And I thought, oh, I was told you were hallucinations, but here you are again, you know. So
your
yes.
dad had entities following him around?
Yeah, so I think they were always with him.
Did he know about them?
No, not really. No.
But you saw them?
Yeah. And as a child, I think I could see how much that influenced him. They weren't good news, let's put it that way. They weren't friendly ones.
No. It affected his,
it
controlled his behaviour. It controlled his behaviour.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have wanted to probably have them. That was not his choice at all. It wasn't his choice that I controlled his behavior. But I guess that's the trouble with any of unseen related, inner world, whether it's astral entities or what we're talking about, energies that influence us, that there's a level of mind control that happens if you're not aware of it and you're not shining the light of awareness into it. I think the moment you recognize something is going on and you can put your torchlight there into the shadow, then you go like, oh, I can see you. And in that moment, things change, I would say. So the awareness, bringing awareness to it is actually half of the deal to change it, transform it. Oops, yeah, so one thing I do is burp.
So that's quite funny about...
trying not to burp.
No, you burp away, but what does the burp signify?
This is when you release energy. It releases through my body, and it's a bit of a cosmic choke. And when people don't know me, when I start working on them, I have to explain. When I burp, it just means you're releasing energy through me. And it's usually, the burp is physical blockages releasing. When I yawn, I have tears running down my eye. That's usually mental, emotional stuff. Yeah. So it's not like I get sleepy or something.
It's almost as if you're drawing out the energy or the blockages.
It's just how, it just seems to be happening like this. But it can happen also, other people get a treatment and I start yawning. It happens with my horse, but I guess my horse is very connected to me. If the chiropractor comes and treats my horse, I start yawning and burping, and she goes,
because you have a very...
You're the only owner who behaves like this. But I go like, oh, this is really working for him. Whatever you're doing, it's good.
Yeah.
So it's, now I see it more like a gift, that that this is a gift really for me to have my antennae. So these are kind of my antennae, I can say, where I can feel blockages, and then when I start burping, I kind of know, especially when I do massage as well, then I can feel where things are blocked, and I can work there and to transform the blockage then.
When you're doing treatments or massages, are you aware of any possession or entities within the body?
I can. I mean, it's kind of tuning in on that level then. Sometimes I don't have a choice, I guess. When things really present themselves, then I just have to go with it. Yeah.
I suppose they're attachments and they might resist your workings.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, sometimes also people have like a deep programming not to get well. So it's kind of more like a self-destruct program. And I think it's really good to know when that happens, to reverse that first, because otherwise you're not very effective then. That's kind of leads to cosmic healing symbols, but it's something we haven't spoken about so far yet. I used to, when I work as healer, I work a lot with cosmic healing symbols. And there are some symbols that reverse that programming. So that's kind of quite useful. That's called new homeopathy or resonance therapy that some guys in Vienna, some doctors have developed. So Stelzel is one of them. I quite like working with his collection of symbols.
What exactly are parasites?
Well, they're just tiny little micro
Organisms.
beings. I mean, organisms, but they can be big worms as well. I mean, you can have massive worms. That's
Yeah.
also parasite. But the body is in general riddled in parasites. And apparently, if you take a view of the human body just via parasites and worms and bacteria that live in the body, via an entire host of it, you would get the outline of the human form.
Really?
They're present everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of not having overgrowth.
Yeah.
Have it balanced. And of course, some of them are good as well. So they all have their function. But we're a vast host. I mean, or we're a host of a vast amount of little beings of some sort.
That's right. Well, maybe we're the parasite on them.
Yeah. Yeah. So we create an environment. I mean, friendly gut bacteria is, of course, something we totally thrive on. So we need to have them. And having the colon working is the number one organ, really, to help the body to remedy any disease. So that is really important. Just working on the colon. So, I mean, the body just heals itself so quickly, and often it's more us getting out of the way and just doing something like reflexology, which is a very minute intervention, really, in helping to heal, but that's enough to kickstart. Put things into motion, that the body can really come back into equilibrium. And a lot of times it's more us getting out of the way and let the body get on with it than creating a lot of stress and fearful thoughts. I mean, if anything, I would say fear is the number one killer.
Yeah.
So it's also to kind of stay in a humorous, light place and listen to the body and then assist the body. Yeah, you're definitely dehydrated.
Yeah, urine.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so the one thing I remember from the past was like that people collect urine from children if they don't have enough themselves, and then take a bath in urine as well. And it's children just because it's the purest urine then. Because they're not as polluted.
Of course, that's an ancient folk remedy for lots of things.
Yeah, yeah. It's also called a golden fountain.
The water of life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic to drink urine. I think it makes a huge difference. It also is actually an emotional healer. So it's not just on a physiological level. It tells the immune system exactly what's going on in the body. So the immune system then has the information, can act on it. So that's one thing. But on a psychic level as well, it's a good protector. It cleanses the emotional body by drinking urine every day. Morning urine, midstream, but it can drink more than that. Yeah. There's also research into that old urine is actually even more powerful and potent.
Yeah.
but I haven't used it much. You can use it for pets. So I've made a hoof paste for my horse with bentonite clay, zinc oxide, tea tree lavender, myrrh, and then old urine as well. So,
and it's very good on wounds. So
yes.
they used to dress wounds with urine back in the day, and of course it's free as well. So
yes, I mean for this I have used old urine actually. I've
Yeah.
had extreme cuts, cutting half of my finger off.
Mm.
And I really cleared it up really well with old urine. Just dipping it in, bathing it for 20 minutes or something, and then yeah, it just heals so much faster and just effortless. It's a good one, definitely. It's free.
It's free, just like sunshine.
Yeah. It's your own personal medicine.
Yeah, your body becomes your own pharmacy.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can clean your windows. Just thinking, yes. It makes an amazing cleaning agent. I mean, that's when I used it really old. So I experimented, left it in a spray bottle for half a year. Oh, it's amazing for cleaning windows.
Yeah, because I guess it's like vinegar, isn't it? It does have
it didn't even smell anymore. It didn't smell of urine anymore. It was so decomposed.
Mm.
It was just some kind of brown fluid, but it did a really good job.
Well, I should be trying that. I've got an awful lot of windows here, so
yes,
I'm going to have to get pissing quick.
I mean, it's amazing for plants. So what I've done is in the past is I collect it, and then I mix it with potash, with wood ash, and then just water, top it up with water so it's diluted, and then water the garden with it. Works really well. Yeah, it's a good growing agent.
Mm.
Yeah. And in the Middle Ages, but I don't really know how that works. So they collected urine and they paid people for bottles of urine, and then they did a laundry with it.
That's right.
But how on earth how did that work?
I think that
how
happened
on earth can you do the laundry?
Certainly, I've heard that happened in Greece when I was living there. That everyone would take their urine to the square, and then they would use it.
Yeah, I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
It is sterile, and I mean, it makes sense in a way. It really is just, but it's too much in the blood. So if you take a lot of supplements, fantastic, you can just recycle them.
Yeah.
You can take less, but it really is sterile, and that's the thing people don't understand. It's a sterile fluid that comes out. It is whatever was too much in the blood, the kidney filtered it out, and it goes into the urine. So it's nothing dangerous about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like the taste of it.
Yeah, it can just taste like soup or something. Yeah. Spine. How is your back?
Back's been fine.
Good.
No problems.
Yeah. That's right on the stomach, actually, the vertebra that connects to the stomach again.
Wondering if when you're burping and you're treating someone and maybe they're too polite to ask you why you're doing it, or maybe do they think you've...
Well, I explain it now because, I mean, it feels really rude. And yes, I am German, and I can just go, I'm a rude German, what do you expect? But I can make a fool out of myself, of course, but I do want to appear serious because it's serious. I mean, it is a serious treatment. So I do explain what the burping is about, yeah. And just prior to it, so people don't kind of feel like, oh God, is she, has she got an upset stomach? Is she tired? What's going on with her? And it's more prevalent, I mean, when I give a healing session at times, I think when I extract entity-related archon stuff from the body, then it can sometimes just come out of my mouth. So I don't have the control over it, and it just kind of, my jaw kind of goes into different shapes in my face as well. So I have to kind of say something. Although it's easier when people are on the couch because most of the time they have their eyes shut, so then it doesn't matter that much. But when you sit like this, where you face each other with reflexology, I definitely don't want people to be disturbed by my burping.